Devotional Wednesday, 6th of May 2020. An elderly resident walked into a large department store and approached one of the salespeople. They explained that they wanted to return a car tyre which they were unhappy with. The salesperson discovered that the customer had been a long-time supporter and shopper of the store, and that not only they but also their friends had spent much time in that particular department store. The salesperson was surprised that she was so unhappy with the tyre purchased and asked if she had the tyre with her. She told him she had the tyre in her car, but she had lost the receipt. "Oh, that's not a problem," said the salesperson after a moment of thought. "You can return the tyre. Would a credit note for the store be all right?" The lady agreed, and the salesperson gave her a credit note for the full value of the tyre. You might think there's nothing unusual about this particular salesperson's attitude and how they handled the situation. After all, he worked it in such a way that the woman still end up spending something in the department store. Then she would probably tell her friends how fairly and respectfully she was treated there. So it was just good business, wasn't it? Well, yes, it was. But there's something else you should know. This particular scenario worked out in a department store that didn't even sell car parts, never mind tyres. I like this kind of story because it reminds me of Jesus. Consider the parable of the labourers in the vineyard in Matthew 20 who were paid a full day's wage even though they worked only an hour or two. Or the story of the prodigal son in Luke 15 who received a wonderful homecoming party even though he had been selfish and rebellious. These are great stories about people who received good things they didn't deserve. And sometimes you may want to believe that if you're good enough, you can earn your way to have an eternal life. On the other hand, you may worry that God will never let you enter heaven because you've been so bad. But this is not how grace works. Grace is not about what you've done in the past or about what you do or what you can do in the future. It's about what God can do right now for you. If we have received the grace of Christ into our hearts, then Jesus calls us to treat others with that same grace.